In this video, I'm going to be going over the best cards to be buying right now in NBA 2K23 My Team after these new Heroes and Invincible super packs completely dropped the market and crashed the market for the Heroes and Invincible cards, and also some other cards in the game that I'll be going over. Just really good cards to be buying right now in the auction house. Cards I think have dropped a lot in price and now are really good pickups. Maybe some cards you guys can invest in to potentially make some MT. I know you guys liked these last two videos I did after the super pack, so gonna get you guys a third one to see the new super packs here and to see what cards did drop. If you guys don't know, we got Heroes and Invincible super packs. So which is what that means is every single Invincible card in the game, LaMelo, Steph Curry, right, LeBron, you know, Carmelo, Tracy McGrady, Shaq, AD, Magic, all of these Invincibles are going to be in these super packs, and there is a 15% chance at a dark matter pull. So a lot of dark matters will be flying out of these, and I know a lot of people did open up these super packs on Twitter. I saw a lot of people ripping these, a lot of people pulling Invincibles, and a lot of people pulling good hero cards like Ben Simmons, Nikola Jokic, and that's going to cause a pretty big market crash for these specific cards that are in these packs. So for hero cards like Yao Ming, Kevin Durant, right, I know a card like Ben Simmons, Jokic, they dropped a lot in price. So those are going to be the guys that I'll be talking about in this video that I do think are really good pickups to add to your squad and maybe to invest in as well. So the first set I want to talk about is going to be the hero set, because I think it's got extremely good cards in here that you guys can buy. And the first cards I want to talk about before we talk about the big hitters, the dark matters, I actually want to focus on the Galaxy Opals just to start out, because I think cards like Hito Turkoglu, now that you can get his hero version for only about 10 to 15k, that is such good value for a Galaxy Opal Hito Turkoglu who's 6'10" at the point guard spot, has an elite level jump shot, and you can find this card for around 10 to 15k, and he's a great pickup after these new hero super packs dropped. I think he's obviously a great point guard, but I think for his price now, like he was going for over 50k, and now you can get him for about 10,000 MT. That's a really good pickup in my opinion. Just going to start off talking about some Galaxy Opals from the hero set. Kyle Kuzma, he's a really good pickup as well. You can see hero Kyle Kuzma is now going for less than 5,000 MT. That is kind of crazy, man. 5,000 MT for Kyle Kuzma. Like, that is extremely cheap on the auction house, and he's still a really good offensive 6'9" small forward, so he's a great pickup as well. Also, another card is going to be, where is he? Sabonis from the Tuesday hero set. He was consistently going for like over 40-50k. And now you got Hero Sabonis, who I believe is actually under 15,000 MT, which is crazy for a 7'3" center, 7'6" wingspan. I personally don't like his jump shot too much. You guys might know that if you've seen some of my rankings. I always rank him really low just because I don't like his jump shot. But I mean, for 15k, you get a 7'3" center. If you're struggling with some height, I mean, just look how many Sabonis's are up on the auction house. So if you're struggling with height and you're looking for a taller center, I mean, Sabonis is a great pickup. 7'3", can knock down jump shots, can finish at the rim, and be a very solid interior defender. And since it's his hero card, he's got 76 speed, 76 acceleration, so not that slow of a center card. So Sabonis from the hero set is a great pickup. Brian Scalabrine for only about 10 to 15k. Once again, super cheap. He was going for about 30, 40, 50,000 MT before the super packs dropped, and now you can find this card for under 10k. And I've always said Brian Scalabrine is pretty much a perfect small forward. He's got basically perfect stats and badges. His defensive tendencies, they're also pretty much maxed out. 98 on ball steal, 98 block shot, 98 contest shot, 98 pass interception. He's got amazing badges. He's got an elite level jump shot. He's got the Steve Francis size up, the tray escape, pretty much the best dribble sigs in the game. So all around, Brian Scalabrine, another great pickup for super cheap after these hero super packs dropped. You know, a lot of these hero cards in the market. And then also Thurl Bailey, I think, is another really good option for actually under 10k. Like, you can see Thurl Bailey is now probably 5 to 8,000 MT, which is just such good value for Thurl Bailey. He's basically just a budget Giannis, so he's also another great pickup from this hero set. That's pretty much it. I mean, if you want to go after like a Monta Ginobili, you potentially can, because I know he's going to be down a lot in price for his hero version. He's probably going to be below like 40k, which is kind of crazy for his hero. If you've always wanted a J.R. Smith, for example, I think he's actually the he was like kind of the gatekeeper earlier. But if you want any of these other hero cards, I mean, right now is a good time to do so. I don't think Penny Hardaway or like a Paul George are good for their value. I don't think they're really necessarily great pickups, but if you guys have always wanted a top tier Paul George card, maybe always wanted a top tier Joel Embiid, then right now would definitely be a good time to do so. I don't personally think they're that great of cards. I'm not recommending that you guys buy them for how good they are, but just in case for people that do like Joel Embiid a lot and really want a top level card of him, I think he's not a bad pickup. He'll be pretty much at his cheapest right now. He might go back up a little bit and then drop more later in the year, but for right now, I just realized this set is actually fairly cheap. I know J.R. Smith is kind of like the gatekeeper and he's going to go for a lot of MT, but if he settles in price, you know, after this kind of hype of the super packs die down, this set low-key might be worth locking in if it goes to like, you know, below a million MT, like below like 800k. That's not bad for Dark Matter chat. But yeah, now going on to the big hitters, the Dark Matters from the Friday Heroes. I want to start off with the card that I think is probably going to be the worth it, I would say the most, is probably either Tim Thomas or Ben Simmons. Those are the cards that I'm looking at that I think are great pickups if you guys want those top tier cards. You can get Ben Simmons for about 400, maybe 450k, and you can still debate he's the best point guard in my team. Now, I would say Jokic, but I've seen Jokic still go for 700,000 MT plus, so I don't think he's really worth it for that amount of MT. Same thing with cards like Yao Ming. I mean, honestly, Yao Ming for this price, I want to see what he ends for. 600k, just below 600k with a minute 13 left. If he ends for under like 700, that's actually not a bad pickup for Hero Yao Ming. But some of these cards like Bol Bol, like he's still going for over a million MT. So if you really want Bol Bol, probably the best time to buy him is now because he's at his cheapest, but he's still going to be extremely expensive. So the cards that I'm more so looking at is Tim Thomas and Ben Simmons. I think both these cards are great pickups. Ben for about 400k, maybe 450. He's still the best defensive point guard, really good slash into the basket, and he's 6'11" at point guard. And then I also really like the idea of picking up a Tim Thomas for about maybe 350, 400k as well, and he's still one of the best shooting guards, 6'10" at the 2, and you can make an argument he's still the best shooting guard right now in the game. So Tim Thomas, Ben Simmons, I really do like for picking up. But yeah, you can see Yao Ming here. He's still going for over 800,000 MT. I mean, once again, just like Bol Bol, if you're looking for the top tier cards in the game and you've always wanted to buy Yao, you've always wanted this hero Bol Bol, then yeah, right now is not a bad time to do so. They're going to be at their cheapest they've been since they dropped in packs, so it's not a bad idea to do it if you guys wanted to. I know Michael Jordan, he's going to be fairly cheap for what he normally goes for. Like, he might only end for like 250, which is pretty good for MJ. So once again, if you wanted an MJ card, you're a big MJ fan, and you've always wanted one of his top tier cards, I mean, you can see right there, he just ended for 225, so that's not a bad pickup as well. But once again, I would mainly just focus on Ben Simmons and Tim Thomas. I think they're actually pretty good value at their respective position. Yeah, I just think Yao Ming is going to be too expensive. Not sure what that one went for, but probably like at least 850, maybe 900,000 MT. So yeah, those are the main cards that I wanted to talk about from the hero set. Quickly going over some Invincibles. I think Scottie Pippen